Guys, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. You guys remember our blocks all painted up nice and neat. We went ahead and got the balancer off and everything, but it is time to put the new one on, and that's what this video is about. I wanted to show you guys, obviously we're gonna be putting on the accessories, but the balancer. I wanted to show you a neat tool that I like to use to put on your balancer, especially when it's not on the vehicle, like you don't have a drive shaft hooked up, transmission hooked up. But you are gonna need one thing particular on top of the tool. So of course you're gonna need flywheel. Flywheel is the biggest thing. You gotta have your flywheel installed for sure. If you don't have your flywheel installed, your balancer, I don't know how you're gonna get it on. But once again, we went ahead and took the balancer off. We got the old one off. We went and got a puller, got that one off. Of course, we're not gonna use this bolt anymore. These usually are a one-time deal, one-time use. But again, no biggie, because that bad boy right there should have a new bolt, hardware, and all the accessories we're gonna need. But let's get this thing opened up. You know what? Matter of fact, let's do a little YouTube magic, huh? It's not working. Bam! Look at that, you guys. Yeah, buddy. We are ready. Now, got our balancer, but it's not about the balancer. It's really about the tool. Let me show you guys. We got it sitting over here. This is one of my favorite tools. Now I picked this up, I wanna say I picked this up at like a car swap meet show or something like that. Check this thing out. It looks like a big old like screwdriver damn near, but look at the mechanism that it has on it. So you see that end, you see this end, this literally sits right on the flywheel, and it allows you to basically pull back on it. Basically keep the flywheel from spinning as you're turning on the crank up front. Now, I really like this thing. It works great. Now, mind you, I know there's a couple other things that are out there that you kind of like bolt up to the starter area and things like that. But this one's pretty neat. I'll see if I can find it down and maybe give you guys a link to one of these. But these things work great. I've had this for years. I mean, it's never steered me wrong for sure. I mean, you can turn your flywheel even with this guy from back here. You see how it just turns like that. And then if you put it on the opposite side, just depending on which way you're spinning the crank, you can hold it that way as well. So you obviously just have your hand here. Now in this case, I'll probably just end up resting it here. So when the actual wheel starts to turn, it can't go anywhere just because it'll end up pressing against that dowel pin right there as once it gets to that point, and just kind of keep an eye on it as you're turning that balancer over. But I like it, you guys. Just something that I wanted to show you guys that I've had for years, and it works great. Again, definitely keep it in the toolbox for sure. So obviously we're gonna throw our balancer on here real quick. We're gonna throw that guy on there for the most part like that. What we'll do is just grab our little 2x4, kind of seat it for a little bit, and then take our bolt once it gets enough obviously to where the threads are pretty close. We even got 2-3 turns in there, and start sucking that down. But again, the biggest thing is having that guy there, that way your flywheel doesn't spin. Of course you can do this in the car. Again, you got to have that drivetrain hooked up, transmission, rear end, drive shaft, and all that. But again, hopefully you guys like that tool. Hopefully it works out for you guys. I am going to put this stuff on real quick. I don't know if you guys want to see that or not, but tell you what, give me 1 second, see if I can throw this stuff on real quick. Not too shabby, you guys, not too shabby. Guys, it is the next day, man. I did not realize how involved this kit was. He totally ran out of time at a daylight last night and everything. But yeah, it is pretty nice. Goes really well, as you can see. But I'm excited because guess what? Hopefully next up we can actually mate this onto the chassis. That's right, you guys, the chassis. We got to put that on there along with the transmission and things like that. But hopefully you guys like that information, that little tip on that tool. Check that out. Like I said, I'll try to put a link down in the description below for one of these things, but these things work great. Balancer, anything, if you got to rotate that motor for whatever reason to do anything up front, that thing comes in clutch, you guys. Once again, you guys, do me that favor, man. If you guys like the content, hit the thumbs up and the subscribe button, but you got to hit the bell for notifications. You don't want to miss anything. And you guys already know, stay wrenching.